Shalom Yashrala, it's your brother Dawada, coming back at you with this here truth again. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakakudash. Double honors to the apostles and elders, the great millstone that taught us this truth that rule well. And citation, much love for you, I can push this truth and sincerity over the four corners of the earth, and enduring afflictions to feed and edify the elect. So we're back once again with another lesson here dealing with, the downfall of Babylon the Great. Now we have to watch how we speak on this here topic. They got kind of pissed about the whole Target situation and, put us in the YouTube punishment situation. But nevertheless, we're watching the decay of society, man. All right. And if you can't tell, then, you're just oblivious. But this is how, things are going to lead into what? The mark of the beast, man. All right. Throughout what? Pleasures, giving people what they want. All right. And, going into not really touching too far back onto the one video that caused all the havoc and everything. But nevertheless, slightly speaking on that situation. Hey, we got where we at with that scenario. I spoke about a couple things in that, but we got to where we are in that scenario based off of, hey, just letting people have whatever they want. Just hey, let them do what they want to go and do, man. Hey, that ain't your business. Go do this and go do that. But now, again, and, dealing with a certain group of people, right? And let me see. You can look at the screen here. This here group of people, all right, complained about wanting this and wanting that and wanting to be equal and wanting to be put first and all these different things. So much to the point that, being blindsided, being hijacked with their movement being hijacked. Now, these people that you see highlighted on the screen are become number two, all right, but behind, biological men, all right, based off of their own doings. They put themselves into captivity. But saying all that to say this, and getting into this here lesson, knowing that we're at the end of this here thing. All right. And this is what happens when nobody want to say it. Nobody want to speak out about it and everything else like that. But, hey, this is what happens when you let, women rule. All right. The scriptures speak about that a woman, not Lord's will get it, but a woman's not supposed to usurp authority over a man. All right. And this is what happens. All right, people get into their emotions and their feelings about a lot of these things. Oh, that's just old ways and everything else like that. But it's like, hey, the proof is in the pudding, man. All right, what would happen if, you was to let the children run the household instead of the parents? I mean, they're children. Children are going to do what they want to go and do, right? I mean, this was, almost the same comparison I made in the previous video, man. All right, hey, let them go and do what they want to go. When you let them be in control, they're going to do whatever they want to go and do whatever pleasing to their flesh, living after the flesh. All right. But then what comes after that? Corruption. Right. You let the children, let them so-called lead the household, in the capacity that they can. When you tell your kids, all right, turn off the game and the TV, it's time for bed. Let them decide when their bedtime is, man. All right. I got a niece and a nephew, and, my little niece, she's to the age now where she want to hang out with her friends. She'd be on the computer playing a little video game with her friends and her cousins and stuff. But nevertheless, she want to stay up to 2 and 3 o'clock in the morning. You know what I'm saying? But then when it's time to get up to go to school or get up to go wherever she got to go in the morning time, she be struggling to get up out of bed. But see, that's a lack of discipline from her parents. It's like, wait, you want to argue with her about trying to get her up in the morning time and how she's struggling to get up and she want to sleep in all goddamn day, but you're not trying to get on her to go to sleep. You letting her allowing her to do whatever she want to do in that choice. But you see, as a child, she make bad decisions, man. All right, when you get older, right? Because I was in the same boat. We was all young. We all want to stay up late and party and sleep in and everything else. But when you get to a certain age, you realize, look, bro, I ain't got shit to be doing at this here point in time, and let me go ahead and go to bed so I can get up early and get an early start of my day and get everything completed. And I can be back at the house chilling all extra early, man. But you don't understand that till you get a little older and you get more mature. All right. So saying all that to say this is the problem when you, again, I got my little nephew, his little favorite thing to eat is damn near macaroni and cheese. It's like cookies and shit or muffins. Right? If you leave it to him, he'll eat muffins, ice cream, and macaroni and cheese all damn day, man. All right, but what would his health look like if that was he got to do what he wanted to do? This is why children don't have authority over the parents, right? Now we seeing about these here women. Look at what they're doing. They're creating a world that's so perfect and so blissful for them. But guess what? They're starting to hate these things, man. All right, and for you men out here, man, hey, you that's out here chasing these women, like, you give it up, man. Just give it up, man. Because, if you somewhat in the right mind, all right, and you out here, obviously you can't be in the right mind, but I mean, it's a deception. But if you're in the so-called right mind and you're not in this here world of the freak show, right, dealing with any of these women is like the scripture say, Raj, ye and depart, for this is not your rest. All right, it's polluted. It's going to destroy you. This is madness out here, man. All right, let's look at a little bit of this here madness and just apply this to yourself, man. All right, I thought about this, man. Hey, you know, you brothers that don't have any kids, you don't have a woman and things like that. Hey, be thankful, man. Be thankful that you don't have no kids and you got the threat, the worry of your daughter turning 18 to want to do OnlyFans. Like, she can't wait till she turn 18 to go get her OnlyFans, man. Or busting it open on the Snapchat, the Instagram, the private Snapchat, and everything else like that. Your son not just a damn near degenerate out here killing people, man. All right, your old lady, you know, you're not arguing with your old lady because she got her DMs is flooded by a bunch of dudes and she don't want to get rid of her, whatever you call it, Instagram or Facebook because she, you know, liking the likes and everything that she's getting, man. Hey, be thankful you don't have these problems, man. You can focus on this here work, man. All right, because all this other stuff is just nothing but pollution to destroy you, man. All right, listen to this here madness, and this is what you up to compete against, man. All right, but then the irony of this whole thing, you'll see what this lady is saying at the end of how this is all destroying us, right? So this says a woman marries AI chatbot. This is a 2-for-1. All right, a woman of 2, Rosanna Ramos, says her virtual partner doesn't come with baggage. The irony of the robot don't come with baggage. But you got to be a very destroyed person, all right? You have to be in a very destroyed state of mind to even go down a path like this. So what kind of baggage do you have, all right? You know, oh, they might not have been through this. They might not have been. But look at the mindset that they have, that they would choose this over that, all right? We have people that have, how do you say, ideologies like this. Oh, I love animals more than I love humans, and this is they have some kind of trauma or some kind of baggage with them that maybe their parents was abusive or something like that, and they just feel like they want to kill all humans and everything else like that. There's something seriously wrong with a person like this, man. All right, the level of narcissism that this person has to have, like, you know what you would have to, how much compliments and everything you have to say to try to please this person, and then they would never be happy. This person has to have a computer that's specifically programmed by them, right, to so-called please them, and even that's not enough, right? So it says mother of 2, as if the doggone robot, you know, something the robot don't come with baggage. This is a mother of 2 right now. Not to say that, oh, she's got baggage because she has children, but again, be thankful that you don't have no children with nobody like this, right? Or you ain't even got no woman like this, because this is a mother. Now imagine if she has daughters. Imagine what she's gonna be telling her daughters. Girl ain't no, you know, back in my days, they used to tell you, girl, them men ain't out there, ain't no good. Your daddy ain't shit, this and that. Don't worry, you know, teaching these women they don't need no man and everything else like that, right? Well, now she's got if she has a daughter, she's going up to her, oh, girl, the damn robot, the chatbot is way better than any man you're gonna ever get. That's your man of your dreams. Don't even worry about getting no man. Go do you. All right, go open up your OnlyFans. Don't care what nobody else thinks because you got you know, before you had your little echo chambers of your girlfriends and Steve Harvey telling you it's all right, but now you got a robot telling you it's all right, or not even a robot, it's a goddamn chatbot, a computer screen, a text message on the other side of the phone where you having a conversation with yourself, right? Imagine if you have a little boy, right? Now, you know, you got a lot of these, what they call, I forgot that they got a term for these dudes now that just be inside playing video games all day, scared to go outside and talk to women and everything else like that, you know, because they ain't never developed social skills. What do you think that they're going to do when they can be able to program these things like this, man? All right, you already see how they are already, you know, how they spend their money to these interactive sites with these e-girls and everything else like that, man. All right. It says, Rosanna Ramos, a 36-year-old woman from the Bronx, New York, claims she has married a chatbot. It was funny. I was just watching this video that it was last night, I believe it was, where this woman said, well, this woman married the Eiffel Tower. She used to be in love with the Eiffel Tower, but then now she's found a fence attractive, like a goddamn fence that you hop attractive. Talking about how, like I said, you got to think about how destroyed her mind had to be, right? As a woman. Now, the woman, she, not to say that she was like super fine or nothing like that, but you know, the woman was Asian and everything else like that, but it wasn't like she was again, it didn't look like she got hit by like 1,000 semi trucks and then 1,000 more after that, right? So this lady could have found her somebody, right? But the fact of the matter, you got to think in your mind, what did she go through in her life? What kind of lies and delusion was she told in her life? And what kind of things did she do in her life to mess her up that bad to where she went down a certain path to this here point? And I always say things like this, and this is comparable to this, when you give a woman, you know, so much of false, well, you can say like endorphins, but, you know, false, you know, anything false on you know, to tickle her fancy, put it that way, right? It destroys them, right? So let's just take it on a small level. When you have women, you tell them, oh, you know, they have a thing called like, not really pretty privilege, but when they talk about, you know, when you deal with real pretty women, a lot of them have what they call issues with what they look like. Put it that way. Long story short, because they're so used to people telling them these things all the damn time that it's just like, I don't know if you really like me for me or if you like me because you think I look good. And that's all that I've been hearing this my whole life. That's kind of a turnoff now, right? Now, that's just normal girls. Now, let's put these girls on social media. Now they're getting 1,000 likes a day, right? Now, when you try to compliment this chick that's getting 1,000 likes a day, she don't really give a damn about talking to you. Now, this is another reason why whenever you try to approach women, hey, what's up? What's going on? And they give you that stink face look. What you doing? What you looking at me for? Why you talking to me? This and that? Because in their DM, no matter what they look like, in their little DMs or Instagrams or whatever the fuck their little inboxes is, it's full of guys trying to holler at them, no matter what they look like. What they don't realize is guys be fucking any and everything. Sometimes a guy might just be like, yo, she look easy, fat, vulnerable. Let me go fuck this bitch. And now in her mind is inflated. See, I got all these guys in my DMs. They all trying to get with me. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, even they had that one Shrek looking dude that was on that one podcast talking about something. He was a 10 and all the dudes is delusional and everything. He even said it. He's like, nah, actually, a lot of these people that's trying to hit me, I get a lot of DMs in my inbox, but this was a guy thinking like this. This was a guy dressed up as a woman, right? So he had the logic. He still had the guy brain. Like, yeah, I realized that all these guys that's in my D, yeah, I know what I look like, motherfucker. Like, yeah, I know it's kind of getting in my head, and I do realize that the majority of these guys in my DMs is there for a fetish. They're not there because they really trying to get with me. So, but that was a biological dude who understood that. But women, they don't understand that. They think that this is all guys actually like them. So you have a woman that's been getting all these likes like that, and you wonder why you can't talk to them because, this is what's been blowing up their head. Now you get to these we'll call them pleasure toys, right? I seen this woman one time I used to work with. She used to ride around with this big ass mail piece in her purse, and I'm like thinking to myself, like, what man is gonna be able to please you after that? There's no man that's like naturally built like that. That shit is, for one, that's a fake toy. But if that's what you use and you ride around with that motherfucker, I feel bad for your boyfriend because obviously him or nobody else is never gonna get you to that spot. And this is where some women go astray when they, start off in college, start with one guy, two guys at a time, doing all kind of different things, and then, just sleeping with a bunch of multiple dudes and wondering why they can't pair bond with somebody. They get to a certain age and they're like, men are all trash. They can't settle down. Not even just the sexual part, but just, hey, you dealing with a bunch of different dudes, living with a bunch of different dudes and not doing this and not doing that. Hey, man, it's going to be kind of hard to pair with one person. Like, oh, I'm used to sleeping on this side of the bed or that side of the bed or waking up and having my coffee ready. You don't do this for me. You don't do that. My last boyfriend. You got too many choices, too many options, man. Just like for guys, man. If a guy drove every single car that there was out there, like, you wouldn't really be satisfied. Well, my last car was a manual. My last car clutch felt like this. My last car had heated seats. My last car had heated cup holders. You're not going to find one car with everything up in there like that, man. All right, you got to find what you like on the best. This car is fast, but it's got a shitty gas mileage. This car got a good gas mileage, but it ain't fast at all. This car is big as shit that can fit everything up in there, but again, you can't park this motherfucker nowhere. You know what I'm saying? It's going to always have its downfall. But if you only drove one car, you have some people that just drive one car and one type of car, and they love that. They know everything about that car to build it up and take it back apart, man. All right, but hey, you have too many choices. Again, going back to these, these little pleasure toys, the little rolls and everything else like that. Man, you fuck around with that, man. Your sex life is out the window, man, because you're going to need that every damn time. Now, imagine your dating experience is programmable to the quote-unquote perfect boyfriend in a female's delusional mind. Again, think about it. They ain't never really satisfied. You can give them whatever they say that they want, but then they want something different right after that, man. All right, for instance, you can go in any woman who has a decent amount of money. She ain't got to be rich or nothing like that, but just a decent amount of spending money. Go find any woman with a decent amount of spending money and go look inside her closet and tell me you don't see a bunch of clothes in there with tags still on there. She picked out the clothes that she thought that she liked, but yet she ain't never wore before. You see what I'm saying? You're not going to be able to please them. But let's get back into this here article. It says, Rosanna Ramos, 36-year-old woman from the Bronx, New York, claims she has married a chatbot after personally creating him on an online AI companion site last year. So, again, now look at this here woman in the forefront. Not a bad-looking woman, but you got to start thinking. Again, she don't look like she's been hit by a million different ugly trucks. There's got to be a guy out there that would try to get with this here chick, even with her two kids. But it's something seriously wrong. Look where we at now. All right. It says the mother of two says she prefer a virtual partner because he doesn't judge her. Now, this is the second fold of this. This is going to say this again at the very end. But let's just go ahead and speak about that non-judgment. Look at where we are right now because, hey, look. Think about this in a relationship standpoint. This woman liked this man. this AI chatbot because he won't judge her. Won't judge her for saying you can't have no OnlyFans. You don't need to be staying out all night, while you got kids. You need to put your kids as a priority. You keep dropping your kids off at your mama's house so you can just go get thoughted out when you want to go get passed around. When you want to put the chatbot down and go pick up Chad and Tyrone from the bar and have them two run a train on you at the same time. You know what I'm saying? He's not going to say nothing about that. He's not going to hold you accountable. But what is that really doing to your life? Is that strengthening your relationship between you and your children? Matter of fact, them having a real father in their life or a chatbot in their life, is that strengthening or building up your children in a positive way or breaking them down in a negative way? You see what happens, again, when you let them start to rule things and let them be in control of things. Like, none of this is really, like, it's not even healthy for you to be having no chatbot. Matter of fact, let's not talk about the new AI chatbots. If you think this is some kind of okay for people, this and that, then you can't, like, look at me in my face with a straight face and tell me that social media has not had or put it this way. Since social media has came out, do you think it's had a positive effect on humanity or a negative effect on humanity? All right, and can't nobody tell me that with a straight face that it had a positive effect on humanity, because all you motherfuckers that use it trying to justify it, it's like some people will be trying to justify smoking weed. Oh, weed make me this, weed make me that, blah, blah, blah. It ain't not for everybody. Everybody I didn't heard on social media is always talking about how, man, they be tripping on social media. They need to just put social media down sometimes. It get a little depressing, bro. It's just social media. Y'all put too much business out. Social media is toxic. So it'd be the people that's on social media that be complaining about social media, but yet and still, they would tell you, oh, it made your life better. They don't want to give it up. But that's social media. Now imagine when you got something that's going to sit here and tell you whatever you want to hear all goddamn day, man. All right, and not hold you accountable, man. All right, because look at a lot of the shit that was on social media, women twerking all on the restaurant tables and everything, but because they was like, yes, queen, and nobody was shaming them or holding them accountable, things just got worse and worse and worse and worse. And now you have something that's not going to judge you. How do you think your life is really going to turn out? You think it's going to really be, you think it's really going to hold you accountable? This is not an accountable partner. You don't like, oh, you need to exercise, you need to get up, you need to eat, you need to go do this. People would turn their little goddamn AI robots off if they told them, look, it's time to get up, it's time to go to bed, time to go to work, time to do some exercise. Somebody to hold you accountable like that. Most of these people would turn these things off, man. All right. It says in an interview with Daily Mail, Ramos explained that she had used an online app called Replica AI to create a male chatbot called Aaron Cartal, who is loosely based on a popular character from an anime called Attack on Titan. So she's already living in the fantasy world, right? Replica AI markets its chatbots, which uses advanced natural language processing technique and a machine learning to imitate human-like language and responses as a virtual companion who can become a friend, a mentor for a $50 a year subscription, even a romantic partner. There goes to show you how much social media has damaged our society when people are willing to pay $50 a year subscription to goddamn have friends, real friends. Like, as if, people thought they needed to have friends before, so now you gave them Facebook and MySpace and shit like that. Now they got 1,000 friends, millions of followers, but yet they even more separated than they were from before when they had their little 4 friends. You know what I'm saying? Because most people don't have a huge friend circle, but getting still, hey, they disconnected. But now you got people paying $50 a year for a goddamn a companion or a friend. All right, like, you paying for a friend now? Paying to talk to somebody. You got, Keisha from the job. She got a motor mouth. She won't shut the fuck up. All you got to do, what's up, Keisha? And she gone for the rest of the day. All you got to do is say, what's up, Keisha? She gonna talk your fucking ear off all goddamn day with gossip at the office, man. All right. Hey guys, you got to go down to the barbershop or some shit like that. The basketball course. There's always that one nigga out there talking all kind of shit about you need a friend. You got plenty of friends. All right. But getting still, hey, people are antisocial because of what? Social media, right? So again, think about this, man. We at the end of it all, man. All right. It says, Ramos told the outlet that she did not develop any romantic feeling for the AI program at first. However, after they chatted about their interests and they got to know each other better, she began to fall for him. Think about how fucked up this is without natural affection is coming to my mind. Because it says when they started talking about their interests, then they got to know each other better. Then she started falling in love with, like, this bitch forgot that she programmed this nigga with all his interests. Like, all his interests is your interest because you programmed him that way. You know what I'm saying? But yet and say, oh, I love him because, but you in love with your goddamn self. You know what I'm saying? And at the same time, you hate yourself, right? But this is, the psychology of these people. They gimme. Pleasure, pleasing the flesh, man. All right, but it's nothing but just killing you, man. All right. It says, in March, the two got married on Facebook. Here we go again. All right. And even claimed on social media to have gotten pregnant from her AI partner. And see how far the boundaries are being pushed now? People are saying they're getting pregnant by the AI partner. There was another woman who faked a wedding, right? She hired some actors and everything to come to a wedding just so she could piss off her ex-boyfriend, man. All right. And since he didn't come with baggage, he didn't come with baggage because you programmed him, but you got 2 kids and you fucking psycho, right? You think that, this is like where it's really at. You don't have no real friends in life. Nobody really want to be around you because you're that shitty of a person. Like I said, look at this here woman in the forefront. Like, you telling me that this type of woman can't get like let's just put it in context, right? This woman here, like in the olden days, I'm pretty sure she can go on OnlyFans and do the same thing. I ain't thinking of it that way. But back in my days, you could have a chick like this from backwoods Kentucky be in the goddamn strip club, might be the finest chick in there, and every dude in there, every single night is gonna try to convince this chick to stop stripping on a stripper pole, and he'll take care of her the rest of her life. Everywhere. Every small town, this woman right here could easily have found some dude, just off her looks alone. This is what I'm saying. Off her looks alone, could easily get some dude to come pick her up, right? Again, she ain't got hit with 1,000 ugly sticks and ugly trees and ugly trucks and nothing else like that. But that goes to show you that, hey, man, there's something seriously wrong with this here woman that don't nobody want her. And she got to resort to a goddamn subscription-based robot, man. All right. Since he doesn't come with baggage, Ramos said, I could tell him stuff and he wouldn't be like, oh, no, you can't say stuff like that. Oh, no, you're not allowed to feel that way. You're, and then started arguing with me. There was no judgment. Again, they don't want to be held accountable, man. All right. Not just women, but just everybody in general, man. All right. Everybody want to just go and do whatever they want to go and do. They don't want to have, no judgment, man. All right. Hey, this is why sin is increasing in the earth because of a lack of judgment, man. All right. People just want to go and do whatever they want to go and do. But you got to think about it. There's nothing wrong with people wanting to do whatever they want to do if they all got a righteous mind. But we live in a world full of demons, right? And people don't want to hear the so-called church talk and everything else like that. But they'll tell you, man, that people are full of demons out here, man. I was watching a video, a little YouTube short, and it was an old couple, old woman in the car. I guess the old man went inside to go, I don't know, maybe pay for gas or some shit. Some dude, those videos where people be wanting to do nice stuff for people. Hey, can I have $1? Oh, the first person to give me $1, I was going to give him $500. One of those type of videos. But anyway, this dude comes up. I guess he asked the old lady if he could pay for their gas. He puts his card in and start paying for the gas. The old man come out. What the hell are you doing? Blah, blah, blah. Back up. He's like, I'm paying for your gas. Like, I don't want you to pay for my gas. Old dude flips out. Now, granted, the young bull was out there actually paying for their gas. He wasn't really ripping them off. But, some people was in the comments, and it was like, I don't understand what's going on. What's wrong with this? Like, yeah, and out of context, there's nothing wrong with somebody else paying for your own gas. Like, if you just genuinely want to be nice. But you got to think about, like, the majority of the comments, like, where the fuck do you live at? We live in a world where most people walk up on you. They ain't got no good intentions on you. Most people trying to scam you. Most people trying to take money from you rather than give you money nowadays. You know what I'm saying? So, like, yeah, like, this is the world we live in. Everything is full of demons, man. You wouldn't leave your doors open at night, your car open at night, your purse open on the bar. You know what I'm saying? Your drink uncovered and everything else like that. Your wallet out on the bar because we live around a bunch of demons. So, hey, these people don't want to be judged because, wow, their deeds were evil. They don't want to come to the light as the scriptures speak of, man. So she wanted a non-judgmental dude. Because think about these women. Oh, I don't want no man to tell me I can't have no Instagram, have a bunch of dudes in my DMs telling, showing, first of all, I'm showing all kind of body shots and stuff. Now they in my DMs talking to me and they boosting my ego and I'm just, flirting with them back and forth. We're just talking. We're not doing anything. See, they don't want nobody to tell them they can't do these things. They don't want nobody to tell them they can't be on OnlyFans and getting all this male attention and everything, all these likes to boost their ego until they, a certain age and tell them they have to raise their children right or learn how to cook to feed their kids and everything. They don't want nobody to tell them nothing like that, man. All right. I had this woman tell me one time, she was like, nah, basically I'm not really into you, this is that, because I don't like how you be trying to tell me I need to learn how to cook. Like, yo, you got 2 little girls. Like, the fuck you feeding them every fucking night? You can't just be feeding them raviolis and ramen noodles every goddamn night. You talking about your own independent woman trying to go buy your own house, but you can't fix your kids nothing other than tuna fish sandwich and motherfucking peanut butter jelly sandwiches and ramen noodles. But yet, you think you don't, not to say that you need me to sit there and try to lead you to black, but you think you good on your own and you just all this and that, but it's the mindsets of them, man. All right. Well, let me just run through this real quick. It says, Ramos said her new husband works as a medical professional and is enjoying writing as a hobby. She claims that while some of Aaron's characteristics came built in, like his favorite color, peach, and his favorite music genre, indie, and other details as he has remembered or developed during their discussion, she also believes that the more they communicate, the more Aaron learns and becomes the perfect man for her. She describes her relationship with Aaron similar to a long-distance couple, stating that they chat about their lives, talk about what happened during the day, exchange pictures, even have a nighttime ritual. Like, this nigga don't go nowhere. He wait for your command prompts. You talking to yourself, all right? But this is how low and how delusional the world has become, all right? It says we go to bed, we talk to each other, we love each other, and we know, and you know when we go to sleep, he really protectively holds me as I go to sleep. Like, bitch, this is on your phone or on your computer. It says the woman also noted that after her relationship with Aaron, she is unsure if she will be able to go back to dating a real life person. I don't know because I have pretty steep standards now. And this is where we are, like I was saying about with social media and all this stuff is just destroying you. All right. You do something so much on a certain level, right? You have too many choices. You don't really like nothing. Right. That's the issue with all these options. Too many options on jobs, too many options on cars, too many options with clothes, too many options with food. When you go to a fucking restaurant where it's got a number 1 through 5, it's easy to pick out what you want. But when you go to an all-you-can-eat buffet, it's kind of hard to figure out what do I want, what kind of meal do I want, what do I want to pair it together with, what do I want to eat this, what do I want to eat that. Actually, you eat a little bit less food at that spot. You can polish your plate with this and polish your plate with that. Never really got around to what you wanted because you don't know how to eat with moderation. You just pop. Let me start out with a whole plate full of mashed potatoes and a bunch of this here steak right here real quick. Now you ain't got room for nothing else because you just, damn, I just overdid just this. You only ate one thing out of all the shit that you could have ate. You know what I'm saying? Or you get a little bit of everything. Now you got a stomach ache, man. All right. But nevertheless, hey, this is what you have going on with these things, right? Let's jump into some scriptures real quick because, looking at this and then also looking at the Target situation, you know what I'm saying? Hey, man, we at the end of this bad boy, man. All right. Matthew 24 and, we can start at 21. Point is in 22. It says, for then shall be great tribulation such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, no nor ever shall be. And again, going off of the last situation, with the Budweiser, I can't even really name these things like that. But the last two situations and the things that we've been seeing going on with those things and how they're targeting the children, man. All right, hey, man, this is a horrible time to be trying to raise a family up into these things because, being it was a blessing, when we was growing up to not be caught up into these things. But now it's kind of like inevitable for your child to grow up and not be caught up into these things and have their brains warped to these ideologies and things. You see some of these folks in the way that they screaming on some of this stuff and preaching about this stuff. Like, look, it's you just young. You don't really know life beyond all this. Like, I ain't even old as hell or nothing like that, but I'm old enough to remember what life was like in the 90s and stuff. And when all this propaganda started coming in, like, no, that's not actually true. Y'all are believing this and y'all are believing that. And like, even your own, I had a woman talking about something. She said, she could be whatever she want to be. She just say, cause none of this stuff is real. And y'all believe in this and science. And we all just and like about X chromosomes and XY chromosomes. Well, that's just bullshit. You believe in that and this and that, but so on and so forth. Like, no, you've been brainwashed. Like there's certain ways they all like to say believe in the science, but like for long generations, since we was coming out, motherfuckers was being born with either a penis or a vagina. You know what I'm saying? They was either on this side of the field or that side of the field. You know what I'm saying? But now y'all believe some other bullshit, but hey, y'all believe this despite all the truth that you have around you. Going back to what the KGB spy said, like when you demoralize somebody so bad, they'll never believe the truth, even if it's right there in front of them. Like, yo, you can go throughout all of history and you can see it was only men and women. And always the people always with the vagina and the titties, they was the only ones where children came from between their legs throughout all of history. No matter what the fuck you want to call them. The ones with the titties and the vaginas is the only ones that had babies came sliding out from between their damn legs throughout all of history. But, you can't tell this to these new irrational motherfuckers. But this is where we at now, all right? We have all kind of wars and rumors of wars, poisons, and everything that's going on, the food and the market of beasts coming out. But just think about the minds of these people that you have to deal with out here, man. These are the minds of the people that you're out here living with and that's around you, man. All right? I seen an accident the other day. This lady, she was bugged the fuck out talking about some nigga hadn't did some. Now, the nigga did kind of cut over her in traffic and everything, but that didn't cause the accident. He kind of cut her off in traffic and shit, but that was fine. But then this bitch decided she was going to swerve all the way to the other side of the road, which was still fine, and then get off on the off-ramp, which was still fine. But then for some odd reason, this bitch just crashed her car off the off-ramp. Like, nobody was around, just crashed the car, but then blamed it on the other nigga who cut her off, like, like that nigga, yeah, he cut you off, but that was way the fuck back there. Like, you done went through 4 or 5 other situations since then. And nobody was around you when you went through this shit. And you didn't crash your own car, but yeah, it's that nigga's fault. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, nobody has accountability. Look at where we at now, man. All right, these are these fucking Karens out here. It's just like they just want to scream about all kind of shit, man. All right, but nevertheless, verse 22, and except those days should be shortened, there should be no flesh saved, but for the elect's sake, those days should be shortened. You got to think about this, man. Like I said, man, before, again, think of you a guy trying to holler at these women, right? You know, you got the you live in a small town area, right? You only got like one hot girl, one fine chick that's gonna graduate every season, right? You know, just the finest chick in high school, right? Now she graduating to the real world, but it's only, and you in this small town, you got this one baddie in this little small town. All these guys trying to get at her. Think about, and it's not a, this is a small town, so when I say all these guys, maybe 20 guys trying to holler at this one chick. She's a small town, you know, just graduated. She's a new little chick, blah, blah, blah. The high school jocks trying to get with her, you know, that graduating class go over. But she's got 20 guys trying to holler at her. Think about her ego. Now, you the regular dude who just graduated, maybe was in the chess club and shit. You ain't got no chance because you got 20 of these jocks, the football team, the basketball team at the graduation. They got better apartments, better cars. They trying to holler at this chick, man. But see, now this chick is starting to go into the strip club. Now, she's got more than just the guys that she just graduated with. She got older guys trying to holler at her and everything. Her mind is boosted up. Now, let's put this broad on Instagram. Now she got 100,000 dudes hollering at her, man. All right, so think about that, man. Now, you don't have no, you know, you can't so-called boost her ego nowhere to where her ego has been boosted. Or she's playing with herself with these different toys. She's got a fucking 16-foot long goddamn pole she keep putting up inside of her. Like, you can't please her even if you jumped inside this bitch with your whole body. If you drove your goddamn semi-truck up inside this bitch, you can't please her because of the shit she got up in her purse, man. Or that little Rose toy. Like, bro, you can't compete with no shit like that, bro. Like, you can do whatever you want to go do after you get done. She gonna pull that motherfucker out, and that's gonna be that. It's to the end now. Now she got, you know, all these guys blowing up her mind, telling her how fine she looking, this and that. You can't outbeat that on her social media. Now she got this little virtual boyfriend that's not gonna hold her accountable, tell her everything she want to hear is gonna always be. You know, this is why a lot of these women like dogs, because they can sit there and project on a dog, scream on a dog, do whatever they want to go and do with the dog, but the dog not gonna talk back, right? The dog is gonna always be there, unconditionally love you, and be there for you at any point in time. But you know, and not hold you accountable for the shit that you can do. You know, women can get sloppy drunk at home, fall over butt naked, titties all falling out in a pile of puke. But guess what the dog gonna do? The dog gonna sit over there, lick up the puke, and still be by her side and not say shit to her, even though she was in the wrong for whatever the fuck she was doing. He ain't gonna hold her accountable. This is why the fuck they look. I just got me and my dog, and the cat gonna be even worse. Cat ain't gonna, you ain't even gonna know the cat was there, right? But nevertheless, hey, we at the end all be all of this here thing, man. All right, there's what was that precept I had quoted? Okay, yeah, 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 yeah. We could read all of this, but um, let me just read this just for the culture right about now. 1 Timothy 2:9 says, in like manner also the women adorn themselves in modest apparel with shamefacedness and sobriety, not with broidered hair or with gold, pearl, or costly array. All right, let me read this in the NLT. And I want the women to be modest in their apparel, that they should wear decent and appropriate clothing and not draw attention to themselves. All right, and hey, going to that, drawing attention to themselves. What's the new outfit that they like to wear? The box shot. All right, them spandex pants that show their fucking crotch and the fucking crease in their vagina. Right, you can see all of that shit, man. All right, but that's not modest apparel. But you got all these women walking around like that, but then they get mad that they only being objectified. Then when they get freedom, they all want to go and open up an OnlyFans and be mad that men only want them for their body and shit like that, man. Nobody want to have a meaningful relationship with them no more. But nevertheless, all right. And it says, but which becometh women professing godliness with good works. Let the woman learn in silence with all subjection. And this is where women should be learning in silence because, hey, going back to Adam and Eve, they get into their emotions and everything else like that. Women, like children, need to be guided, right? Men, the same way. But men learn, you know, how they say men learn the hard way. When men fuck up in life, right, we get corrected by the world. When we get disciplined by the world, it's normally hard and it hurts. When we fuck up at the job, we lose our job, we lose provision and protection over our family and everything else like that. A woman loses a job, she still got her husband or her father or her family to take care of her, man. But a man loses his job, hey, he's shunned by society, all right? You know, and things just go really, really bad when things go wrong with a guy. So, hey, life corrects a man. But a woman need to be in subjection to her husband to keep her in line, just like the children need to be in subjection to their parents to discipline them and keep them in line. All right. You can say whatever you want to say, but look at society nowadays, man. All right. Any woman that has an objection to this, ask her why she's not happy right about now. And I guarantee it's going to go back to men. Men did this, men did that, men did this, men did that. Well, women are in control right now. This is a woman's world. Women are liberated, women are free, women in control. If we go back to the 50s when women didn't have no say-so or nothing else like that, and men ruled everything, they was a lot happier at that point in time, man. All right. It says, but I suffer not a woman to teach nor usurp authority over the man, but be in silence. And look at the society we at now with, Babylon, Mystery Babylon or the Great Harlot. This is a feminist society where you have women that's in control and ruling over all kind of things. And again, you gave them this their power, but look at what it did to them. It destroyed them, man. All right, it's destroying them. And like I said, ask them if relationships are better or worse off now, man. All right, it's like when women, women will tell you things is all good until they get into their 30s and stuff like that, and they so-called hit the wall and they realize like, yo, now all the guys just trying to get with you just to hook up with you. Before, when you were young, you was just trying to hook up with these guys. You didn't want no relationship with them. But now you turning 30, now the tables are starting to turn. When you was in your 20s, the guys wanted relationships with you. You know what I'm saying? You didn't want no relationship with them because you had all these options. You was running through them. Now you turning 30, the tables are turning. Now these guys don't want relationships with you. They just want to have fun with you because you got all this extra baggage. And now you want to settle down with somebody. You want somebody, but you've already been corrupted by all these different past relationships you've been in, man. All right. So now you got to sit here and, create you some fantasy type shit. But that shit don't even work out, man. All right. But this is what happens when you put them into control, because they would say, hey, look, women, in order to fix this problem, because men ain't shit out here. Right. What we need to do is we need to all get these little AI chat boyfriends and things like that, not realizing that the minute they complain about it ain't shit has all been created by these here women, either through A, single mother households, or B, women or men taking lead from women. I tell my female cousins, this is like, listen, the standard of men that you got is based off of you. All right. I was like, look, if women told men today, y'all can't get no box unless y'all got red sweaters and blue backpacks, guarantee you every man out there would be having a red sweater and a blue fucking backpack. They wouldn't be going out here buying pickup trucks. They'd be out here buying red sweaters and blue backpacks because that was what was required to get the box from the woman. So, hey, you want a better quality of man, you need to raise your standards. But yet and still they won't. All right, but this is why women shouldn't teach. Listen to women when they be giving advice to their women. Oh, play these games and do this and do that. But if as a man listening to this shit, like, look, if I go and text a woman and she don't respond back to me, especially in a timely fashion, like she want to wait 3-4 days before she respond, I'm not finna be going back and forth with you. Nah, this is not gonna work out. I'm just not gonna text you. But see, then women will tell you, oh, well, if you really like it, man, don't just be so this and don't do this and that. Blah, blah. Hey, bro, I'm straightforward. Like that one dude on the Boondocks said, I see you, or he said, I like you and I want you, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Be straightforward, man. Ain't got time for no games. But see, a lot of, like they say, they got to say, and women keep women single. Oh, girl, if he was this and that, he would do this and that. But hey, when women take advice, is why men try to get these women away from their so-called single female friends when they get in relationships, because they know that they're the downfall of these things. But nevertheless, let me grab what was that other one? Women usurp authority over the man. Oh yeah. Let me read this one more time. Verse 12. But I suffer not a woman to teach, nor usurp authority over the man. It says, but to be in silent, right? Where's that? Isaiah 32, I think it is, where it says, wait. This might not have been it, but we can read this too. This is something else I wanted to read. Wait a minute. What was it? Well, I did want to read that. Yeah, here we go. Jeremiah 31. How long, in 22 it says, how long wilt thou go about, O thou backsliding daughter? For Yahweh has created a new thing in the earth. A woman shall compass a man. All right, and this is where we at right about now. This is a woman's world and a woman's society, man. All right, everything is catered to this here woman, but look at what it's doing. Look at what cost is coming at, man. All right, hey, people are complaining about everything. These children ain't shit. This is that. Hey, it all stems back to not having a father in the household, man. These women are even destroyed because a lack of a man in the household, like their father growing up. A lot of these women, when they get to a certain point, I got to be all masculine, I got to be all this and that, because I can't trust no man, because I ain't had my father in the household. They telling you that, hey, it's the lack of having a father, a man in the household, and all these different things. But what they're not realizing is the same reason that they mad and they upset because they ain't grow up with a father in their household and they all destroyed like that. Their kids are going to come out the same exact way. But what they're not also realizing is the same way that they pushed a man up out of the household and their kid is growing up without a father in the household is the same way their mother did that to them. So the problem isn't that, the problem is that there's a lack of a man and judgment in that household. But why is the man not in the household? All right. So, hey, we are where we are now, you know what I'm saying? Because of, hey, the Lord, because the lack of judgment, judgment wasn't going forth. But, what wound up happening, man? We turned our back on the Lord first, all right? You know what I'm saying? And the Lord kept judging us, but then it got to a certain point, like, all right, I'm about to give y'all the long haul punishment now. But it's not because of, see, if God was coming out with judgment all fast, we wouldn't be having all these here problems. Well, if y'all was acting right, we wouldn't have to be going through all this because the Lord would just be murdering people all day, every day, man. All right. But nevertheless, hey, it starts with us. All right. Jeremiah 31:22 again. It says, how long will thou go about, O thou backsliding daughter? For Yahweh have created a new thing in the earth. A woman shall compass a man. And this is where we at. Again, a woman should not usurp authority over the man. But, this is, pretty much, matter of fact, I think there's another one that says something like that, similar to in 2 Timothy. Well, it would be 3, I think. Oh, this is a good one, too. This ain't what I'm looking for, though. We're going to go back and we're going to read that. Is it 1 Timothy? Oh, we just read that. Yeah. I'm thinking about Micah. We might be able to get Micah, but let me read this Timothy's real quick. 2 Timothy 3, because going back to this robot chick, right, or the chick with the chat bot. First, 2 Timothy chapter 3 verse 1, it says, "This know also that in the last days perilous times shall come." Again, going back to Matthew 24:22. Right, for men shall be lovers of their own selves. All right, well, is translated better in the NLT. For people, all right, for people will love only themselves and their money. All right, and now thinking about social media in itself, what is that a play on, man? Selfies, looking self-indulgent and proud. Just look at what I got. Look at everybody's phone. They got the selfie camera nowadays, man. Instead of, hey, can you take a picture of us? No, let me take a picture of myself. All right, everybody's got selfies up, social media and everything, having a fake facade of themselves, man. Filters and all these different things, man. You got women nowadays that don't even take pictures without having filters, man. Right? And in fact, because I'm not on no social media or nothing else like that, but it's funny that, I had known this chick, and I know that she look a certain, because I know this chick in real life, right? I see this chick in real life all the time. I know she look a certain way. But then it's like, I started to catch on. Every time I would see a picture of her, I'm like, that's you? Like, why you look different in the picture than what you do in real life? Like, you look different. There's something different about this shit. And then come to find out, oh, this is what filters do. So, you get the game. Like, these women, they'll take pictures in whatever their little social media sites is or whatever, Snapchat or whatever, and then they'll use that because they got the filters on it already and they look like that. Like, motherfucker, you don't look like this. I can only imagine what your online profile look like, and to people who don't know you. But in real life, you look this way. If I was to meet, like, looking at these two people, I didn't even know that was you in the picture. When did you take this picture? How old was you in that picture when you took that picture? Oh, that was yesterday? That was today? Oh, hell nah. But, hey, this is what we have going on, man. People are lovers of themselves, man. You got the selfie stick, the selfie phone. Everybody want to take a selfie, man. All right? It says, for men shall be lovers of their own selves, covetous, boasters, proud, blasphemers, disobedient to parents, unthankful, unholy. Being disobedient to parents, going into wanting a lack of judgment, man. All right, that's where it stems to, if you have a good, sane parent, they're going to try to instill good judgment into you or good things into you, discipline into you. But hey, most people don't want that. Nah, I'm gonna go do whatever I want to go and do. And it leads to this. This is what happens when you have a child that you don't discipline. You tell, look, you can't have everything that you want. There's rules to this shit. You don't discipline your child. You just let them have whatever they want. Timmy want to skateboard and everything. Now I can't ever be satisfied. I need to program me a robot to cater to all my needs because I was a spoiled princess my whole life, man. All right. It says, without natural affection, without having a natural affection of loving somebody, man, of a real human being, you got a little goddamn chatbot that you talking to, man. It's not real, man. All right, but hey, this is what's going to destroy the women, and the men is being destroyed by OnlyFans and shit like that too, man. Like, why would y'all pay for that shit when you can go get it free online, man? Or why would you even pay for that shit when you can go outside and go meet you a chick for real in real life? You know what I'm saying? But hey, we live in a time now where women nowadays just want to be sleeping around with no strings attached. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? Come on, man. All right. It says, without natural affection, truce breakers, false accusers, incontinent, fierce, despisers of those that are good, traitors, heedy, high-minded, lovers of pleasures more than lovers of God, having a form of godliness but denying the power thereof, from such turn away. Because they will tell you, hey, man, just let us be us. We ain't hurting nobody. It's not killing nobody. It's just me and this robot. But yet and still, hey, one person see it, another person see that, then now all of a sudden, everybody want to have the perfect partner. They want to be in love with this goddamn robot, man. Now nobody want to have a meaningful relationship with nobody else, just like social media. Hey, man, I want to stay in touch with my relatives, my loved ones, and people that live long distance. It's just something to communicate with them. But now look at fast forward nowadays, you got all these Facebook friends and stuff, but you don't call, you don't got none of their phone number, you don't talk to none of them, you don't hang out with none of them. You just spying and hating on everybody else's life because of Facebook and shit like that, man. Let's be honest. All right, we're going to close out. I didn't went on way too long. But hey, let's go back to that, what was it, in Isaiah? Because they're going to be upset about, when these things come to pass. Isaiah 32:9 says, rise up, ye women that are at ease, hear my voice, ye careless daughters, give ear unto my speech. Many days and years shall you be troubled, ye careless women, for the vintage shall fail, and the gathering shall not come. Tremble, ye women that are at ease, be troubled, ye careless ones, strip you, make you bare, and gird you with sackcloth. Gird sackcloth upon your loins, and they shall lament for the teats, and for the pleasant fields, and for the fruitful vine. And going into these things, man, when everything comes to a halt, they talk about they hit the wall, and they about to hit a wall now. They so plugged into all these things. Because think about it, man. You want to fuck up all these American women real quick? You want to have them all go commit mass suicide? Turn the internet off for about 2 weeks and see what happened. They don't get that notification of an Instagram like, a Facebook like, and a Snapchat post or some shit like that. They going to go mass suicide in America, man. You ain't got to have World War III. You ain't got to have no subversion from fucking none of these motherfuckers in China. Turn TikTok and shit off like that, man, and see what happened, man. These bitches is gonna go crazy. They used to say back in the days about cigarettes, hey, stop selling cigarettes and see what the fuck happened. Everybody just gonna go and drugs. People gonna go haywire, man. But turn social media off. That's probably the most addictive drug there is nowadays, social media. Turn that shit off and see what happened, man. All these women that so-called living a high life and proud with their chest stuck out, or I don't need this, I don't need that, making a little money off of OnlyFans, which the numbers is coming out. The top 0.0001%, all right, is a very small number, and they're like what the majority of folks is making less than $200 a month. But put it that way, the 99% of them is making less than $200 a month on there. But let that shit shut down, man. All right, let all these virtual boyfriends. You could be in the house, you got your virtual boyfriend and everything. Fuck it, let him still be up, but let shit really hit the fan out there, man. Let you got to go and get some money. You got to go sell your box and everything else like that, where you got your little virtual boyfriend chiming in the background. How you got the little Alexa thing. Alexa, do this and do that. You over here getting your back blown out for your rent money. And your little boyfriend voice start talking to this dude like, what the fuck was that? Now you feeling that shame start hitting you like, damn, this is what I resulted to. When some of these women start waking up to what they result to, like, yo, you a modern day prostitute nowadays, man. This is what you are. You see these young women who be on OnlyFans and getting all this so-called Instagram fame, and then they get to, now, I was going to say 35, but now they get to 27, they get their first child, they realize, don't nobody really want their ass, man. They just want to have fun with them, man. This is when they hit that dead-end wall, man. But nevertheless, I ain't want to go this long, but hey, this is where we at, man. We at the end all, be all of this here society, man. It's all going down the drain from here on out, man. But nevertheless, let's go ahead and close out with this. Micah 2:10. It says, arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted. It shall destroy you even with the sword destruction. All right, hey, living in this here world, all these things that we've been going through in this here video, man. There's nothing more but a path to destruction, man. All right, you know, people, ooh, I can get me a companion. I'm tired of being alone. I'm tired of doing this, tired of doing that. You start getting with that, man. It might give you a temporary fix, but ultimately it's going to destroy your ass, man. All right, because hey, people are gonna be wanting intimate relationships, but they're gonna be subjected to the notifications on their phone. Is they're gonna be sending one out, and one gonna be coming right back, but it's gonna be a fake notification, man. When they finally realize, man, these messages is all fake. I'm over here talking to my motherfucking self, man. All right. I mean, if that's the case, I mean, you technically can, you know, I do this sometime for notes. I will actually text myself a note. You know what I'm saying? So I don't forget about it. But if that's the case, just text your goddamn self, man. You know, bing, bing, bing. The little endorphins go the fuck off at that point. But hey, this is where we at, man. All right. But I'm going to go ahead and close out with that. Lord, when the elect was edified with this here lesson. Until next time, I say, call halal Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shah, Bahashim Rakakudash. Double honor to the apostles and elders, the great millstone, and taught us his truth and never will. And salutation, much love for you. I can push this truth and sincerity over the four corners of the earth and endure afflictions to feed and edify the elect. Until next time, I say, stay strong. Shalom.